Architectural Builder Supply is pleased to present you with this recording of the technical question that is listed in the title of this video.
This call may be monitored and recorded for quality assurance.
Measurements for you?
So you need an automatic door bottom for a old house. Okay, sure.
An old wood door. Yep.
How old?
1916.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, I'm up in Detroit in a historic district, Indian Village. If you've probably never heard of it, but
actually I have.
Yeah.
I have.
Go back to 1895. I think 1890 is when the first houses were built here, all the way up to about 1930.
Yeah, those front doors probably have some really cool locks on them. PF Corbin unit locks with ornate grip assemblies on the outside is probably what's in that neighborhood, would be my guess.
Yes, Corbin is written all over. I've had to change the direction on some of the locks, the latches, and Corbin is written on quite a few of the locks in here. I think that correlates, right?
Yeah. So when it comes to automatic door bottoms, where we start is, do you want to surface mount this or do you want to mortise it?
I'm going to mortise this thing. I think the surface mount would be shunned by everybody in the neighborhood if they ever came in and saw that.
Right on. And the door does swing in.
The door swings in. It's a front door. Yep.
Okay. So are you going to mortise it into the bottom rail of the door, or are you going to take what would be a surface mount unit and semi-mortise it so it's flush with the outside face of the door?
I am going to full mortise.
Okay. Yeah, so that really narrows it down, and then it really just boils down to what are you sealing against? And I think in your case, it's just simply going to be, I grew up in Chicago, so I get the weather. So in that case, if it was me, what I would be looking to do would be to use the most robust style unit I could. And meeting that end, it would lead me to a direct part number suggestion of 360AA.
Oh, wow. Okay. Let me get a pen.
Oh, I can email it to you, or if you're in front of a computer, you can just pull it up.
I am indeed. I will type that in.
Yeah, 360 Alpha.
360 AA.
And then scroll down to like the 36-inch size. That's in stock.
Let's see. My door is 2 1/8 inch thick and 38 inches wide.
Oh, okay. So we'd have to order one for you that was longer, but the point is that you can see it. Now, why this one? Well, it's got it where it counts. It's got a lot of sponge neoprene, a lot of surface area, and it's sponge neoprene, so that's going to be good for insulating.
Nice.
In addition to that, it's got what they list there as anti-squeak rubber. So of the thousands of automatic door bottoms I've sold, there have been 2 people, and one mortally wounded themselves with their opinion, that they make a noise when you open the door, and it's because they do. But when you're a lumberjack in the forest, you don't see the trees anymore, so I never noticed that. But when you pay attention to it, you're like, that does make a noise. When I open the door, it clanks back up. Well, this has a good muffling feature to it. And while, as you can see, that thing is not cheap, dollar for dollar, it's not only what's used by heavy-duty applications, sports stadiums, colleges, all the way down to someone who just wants a lot of surface area. That's one. Number 2, it's what I would personally use. And that's only worth as much as I just happen to make a living selling weather stripping.
Right. That's exactly right. Well, this is kind of actually strangely, and living in old houses, everything is 3 times the price that you think of when you're buying something at Home Depot. So
Yeah.
this is right in my wheelhouse.
Yeah, the home I grew up in Chicago was 1926 plus or minus. So
There you go.
yeah, the house is still there. Boy, it was on a double lot on the northwest side of Chicago. Just a dream place to grow up as a kid in the 70s.
I can imagine. A lot of freedom.
Are you kidding me? The only rule was at 7 o'clock. That was our curfew in the summer. So you could tell we were still young, right? You had to be close enough to home to be within earshot of my dad's whistle, because he'd come out on the porch, he'd blow the whistle at 7, and you had to be close enough to be able to hear it to know now it's time to come in.
It's refreshing to hear, because I was the same way. I grew up in the suburbs of Detroit and dusk. So depending on what time of the year it was either 7 or 9.
Yeah.
And my dad would whistle on the front porch as well. He actually taught me how to whistle.
Yeah, well, my dad taught me how to be on time and not get spanked. So, right? So, you understand the structure of the way the universe is ordered, then you fit right in. No problem.
I'm with you. I am with you. I am looking at the 360 AA 40-inch, and I can cut down, I would hope, 2 inches.
Yeah, you can. My opinion on that is, since we have to order it from the factory, indicate in the comment field the net length and let them cut it. So anything that you're doing is minor at the most.
How exact does that measurement need to be? Because I'm about 38 and an eighth or 38 and 16th. Does it need to get precise?
Well, if it was me, I wouldn't want to have to touch it when it arrived, so I would be within a 16th. If your door's beveled, I would probably take the smaller of the 2 dimensions that you're going to end up getting. That your door is probably beveled on the lock side would be my guess. So, cutting it's not a big deal. It's just, I would rather cut an inch off than have to cut an eighth of an inch off.
I'm with you, man. Wholeheartedly, I am with you. I am going to just make sure. Yeah, it is beveled. So you say which side do you, probably the longer side, eh?
Well, if it was me, I would probably order it to the shorter side, because you'll have about 3/32 of an inch difference there. And I'd rather, because the neoprene will run long and you'll cut that with a X-Acto blade, I'd rather not have to file the aluminum back, but it's not the end of the world if you have to.
I see what you're saying. Okay. Yeah, I've got 37 and basically 5/8, and then on the other side, the non-beveled side, I've got about, as I thought I did, about 38 and an eighth. No, that's not true. I've got 37 3/4. How about that? So not that big a difference.
No, it would be a tiny difference. In fact, I mean, the definition of bevel was different 100 plus years ago than it is today.
Oh yeah.
So.
Plus, I've got the middle of the door is much wider than the bottom of the door. But I'm not. This is probably hand built, so I'm not surprised that this is not square true and all that.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, middle of the door is 38. How about that? Okay, so 37, and that's well marked on the. So I can buy a 38-incher and then have them cut it, eh?
Yeah, I mean that's probably some people want to really tailor it to the size of the door at that time.
37 and 5/8. Okay. Okay, man, you've been extremely helpful and just fun to talk to you.
Awesome.
I appreciate that. This is one I'm going to order.
let me know how it turns out, and if you send me a photo, you place your order, you'll get my email. Reply back with a picture of a front door lock, because there's more to just P.F. Corbin over there. There was master ring cylinders installed there, and that is an extremely deep dive into the pure science of locksmithing, master ring cylinders. It's extremely cool.
Those are probably down where the real big houses are, down the street, a couple of blocks away from me. Same street, but they start at one end of they start basically on the Detroit River, and those are where the expensive ones are. And then as they've moved north, which is where I am, the cheap seats, the lots got smaller, the houses got smaller, but people
same
wanted
zip
to be
code,
in
but not the same property tax.
Yeah, correct. You got it.
Yeah, Chicago's like that. The Beverly neighborhood is like that. Hyde Park is like that. A lot of those classic 100-plus-year-old neighborhoods down on the south side.
You got it. You got it. So handling, I got to select handing?
You can select anything because that's a non-handed unit, but it's always nice to know the hand of a door.
So the hinges, as I'm walking in from outside, the hinges are on the right, the door handle's on the left, and it swings in. So
that's a right hand.
That'll be right hand.
Again, thank you for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, please click thumbs up, please subscribe, and maybe even send the video to someone that you know.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
Architectural Builders Supply hopes you have enjoyed this program.